Vai.
Okay, everybody, repeat. Piece.
Piece.
Okay, so this is a piece of paper. Piece of paper. For your lunch or for your breakfast, you eat pieces of bread. Okay, piece. What's this? What's this? It is a piece of paper. Are there any pieces of paper on the table? Are there any pieces of paper on the table? Yes, there are. There are some pieces of paper on the table. About how many pieces of bread do you eat with your lunch? About how many pieces of bread do you eat with your lunch? I eat about 3 pieces of bread with my lunch. Repeat, everybody. A country. A country. The country. The country. Nation. Nation. Nationality. Nationality. British. British. For example, Brazil is a country. So the name of our country is Brazil. The country. We live in the town. We don't live in the country. For example, if you live on a farm, you live in the country. So the country is the opposite of the city, of the town. Nation. A country is a nation. So Brazil is a country. Brazil is a nation. Nationality. My nationality is Brazilian. Mr. Brown's nationality is British. Okay, British, Brazilian are nationalities. What's the difference between a country and the country? What's the difference between a country and the country? The difference between a country and the country is that a country is a nation, whereas the country is the opposite of the town. What's the name of your country? What's the name of your country? Brazil's the name of my country. What's your nationality? What's your nationality? My nationality is Brazilian. What nationality is Mr. Cullen? What nationality is Mr. Cullen? Mr. Cullen is British. Repeat, everybody. Live. We live in a country. We live in Bauru. I live in a house. Some people live with their parents. Alright, live? Yes. Do you live in the country? Do you live in the country? No, I don't live in the country. I live in a city. In a city. Not a city, not in the city, in a city.
Not in the city.
In a city. In a city.
In a city.
Okay. Do most children live with their parents? Do most children live with their parents? Yes, most children live with their parents. Do you want to live for 100 years? Do you want to live for 100 years? Yes, I want to live for 100 years. 100 years. 100 years. Repeat, everybody. Pleasant. Unpleasant. Yes. Everybody again. Yes. Flowers. Smell. Okay, just a moment. Flowers smell pleasant. Perfume smells pleasant. The opposite of pleasant is unpleasant. For example, gas. When you put gas in the car or gases of pollution, they smell unpleasant. Okay, pleasant, good. Unpleasant, the opposite. And gas, or to put in the car, or gas in the air of pollution, they smell unpleasant. Does gas smell pleasant? Does gas smell pleasant? No, gas doesn't smell pleasant. It smells unpleasant. Do flowers smell unpleasant? Do flowers smell unpleasant? No, flowers, not the flowers, flowers don't smell unpleasant. They smell pleasant. Do most people think work is a pleasant thing? Do most people think work is a pleasant thing? No, most people don't think work is a pleasant thing, but they think work is an unpleasant thing. Is Paris an unpleasant city? Is Paris an unpleasant city? No, Paris isn't an unpleasant city. It's a pleasant city. Repeat, everybody. Glass. Glass. Cup. When I drink water, for example, I drink water from a glass. Okay, I drink tea. Not tea, but iced tea perhaps. Or juice, soda, we drink from a glass. And when we drink coffee or tea, we drink it from a cup. Okay, glass and cup to drink coffee and tea. What do we drink wine from? What do we drink wine from? We drink wine from a glass. Do we drink coffee from a glass? Do we drink coffee from a glass? No, we don't. We don't drink coffee from a glass. We drink it from a cup. Repeat, everybody. Longer than, shorter than. For example, the table in the room. The room is longer than the table. So the table is shorter than the room. Is the table longer than the room? Is the table longer than the room? No, the table isn't longer than the room. It's shorter than the room. Repeat, everybody. Higher than, lower than. For example, the table and the door. The door is higher than the table. The table is lower than the door. The chair and the table. The chair is lower than the table, and the table is higher than the chair. Is the table higher than the door? Is the table higher than the door? No, the table isn't higher than the door. It's lower than the door. Repeat, everybody. Larger than, smaller than. Let's say Bauru and São Paulo. Bauru is smaller than São Paulo. So São Paulo is larger than Bauru. Smaller than, larger than. When I'm comparing. Is a village larger than a city? Is a village larger than a city? No, a village isn't larger than a city. It's smaller than a city. Repeat, everybody. The longest river, Nile, world. The longest, for example, Nações Unidas is the longest avenue in Bauru, okay? The Nile, in Brazil there is Amazon, but the longest river in the world is Nile, the Nile. So the Nile is the name of a river, and it's the longest river in the world. Okay? Not in Brazil only, in the whole world, okay? Which is the longest street in this town? Which is the longest street in this town? Nações Unidas is the longest street in this town. Which is the longest river in the world? Which is the longest river in the world? The Nile's the longest river in the world, not world. Repeat, everybody. The highest mountain, Everest. Mount. So, for example, here in the classroom, the chair, the table, object here, okay? The highest. Everest is the highest mountain in the world, okay? So among all mountains, Everest is the highest, okay? Mountain and Mount Everest. Mount is the name of a mountain. Mount Everest. Which is the highest mountain in the world? Which is the highest mountain in the world? Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. Repeat, everybody. The largest. The largest. Tokyo. Tokyo. The largest city in Brazil is São Paulo. The largest. In Japan is Tokyo. Tokyo is a city in Japan and it's the largest. Which is the largest city in Japan? Which is the largest city in Japan? Tokyo is the largest city in Japan. Date. Date. Today, the date is 23rd of July 2014. Yesterday, for example, was 22nd of July 2014. And tomorrow, that will be our party, will be the 24th of July 2014. Okay, so the date we say 21st, 22nd, 24th, always ordinal. The month, July, and the year, 2014, the current year, the year right now. What's the date today? What's the date today? The date today is 23rd, okay, of July 2014. What was the date yesterday? What was the date yesterday? The date yesterday. Okay, not yesterday, yesterday. Yesterday, the date yesterday was yesterday. Yesterday, the date yesterday was. Repeat again. The date yesterday was. The date. Okay. What was the date yesterday? What was the date yesterday? The date yesterday was 22nd of July 2014. 2014. Brilliant. What will the date tomorrow be? What will the date tomorrow be? The date tomorrow will be 24th of July 2014. 2014. Repeat again. Light, heavy. So this piece of paper is light. Okay, it's very light. But the table is heavy. This pencil is light, but this chair is a little heavy. Okay, light and heavy. Is the table light? Is the table light? No, the table isn't light, it's heavy. Is the piece of paper heavier than the table? Is the piece of paper heavier than the table? No, the piece of paper isn't heavier than the table. It is lighter than the table. Who is the lightest person in your family? Who is the lightest person in your family? My sister, my brother is the lightest